Hi students, welcome to Ardent School e-learning classes. I am Shivraju, Faculty of Social Studies. Today, my lesson, the 9th Standard Social Studies and 3rd chapter, Hydrosphere. 9th Standard Social Studies 3rd chapter, Hydrosphere. According to our geologists, our natural realm of the earth, 4 parts. The first one, lithosphere. The second one, hydrosphere. The third one, atmosphere. The fourth one, biosphere. The first one, lithosphere. The second one, hydrosphere. The third one, atmosphere. The fourth one, biosphere. Students, do you know what is these all spheres? Now I explain. The lithosphere means the earth topmost layer, I mean rocks, soil. The realm of the earth topmost layer is called lithosphere. Lithos means rock. The second one, hydrosphere. The realm of the water on the earth is called hydrosphere. Next, atmosphere. The air surrounding is now earth is called atmosphere. The fourth one, biosphere. Bios mean life. Bios mean life. The realm of life on the earth is called biosphere. Today, the second realm of the earth, hydrosphere. What is hydrosphere? The hydrosphere means the layer of the water on the earth. The realm of the water on the earth is called hydrosphere. The hydrosphere word derived from the Greek word, two Greek words. Actually, the hydrosphere word is English word. The hydrosphere word derived from two Greek words, hydra plus sphera. Hydra plus sphera. Hydra means water. Okay, students. Now come to our lesson. Students, it has been raining thousands of years. Did you ever doubt why the ocean water and sea water never dried up? Less than 1% of water reaches the air, useful to human beings. The water meets necessities to all living things. Do you know? We know these all answers these questions. We know hydrological cycle. Hydrological cycle. What is hydrological cycle? Hydrological cycle is in renewable resource. Hydrological cycle mean renewable resource. Renewable resources mean, students, did you know what is the renewable resource? Renewable resource mean it can be used and reused. It can be used and reused again and again and again. That is called renewable resource. Okay, students? So, the hydrological cycle is a renewable resource. The water cycle under water goes in, ocean to the land and land to the ocean. The working of the hydrological cycle a billions of years based on living things. The hydrological cycle, movement of water and different forms. Hydrological cycle, circulation of water, different forms. Solid, liquid and gaseous. The hydrological cycle means the water circulation, the movement of water circulation, different forms. Solid, liquid and gaseous. Sometimes hydrological cycle expressed mathematically RF equal RO plus ET. RF equal RO plus ET. RF mean rainfall. RF mean rainfall. RO mean runoff. RO mean runoff. ET mean evapotranspiration. ET mean evapotranspiration. Now once I repeated again. Sometimes hydrological cycle expressed mathematically RF equal RO plus ET. RF mean rainfall. RO mean runoff. ET mean evapotranspiration. Are you understood, students? Now, what is hydrological cycle? We know. Now, the hydrological cycle broadly divided in 6 stages. How many stages, students? There are 6 stages. The first one, evaporation. The second one, transportation. The third one, condensation. The fourth one, precipitation. The fifth one, runoff. The sixth one, groundwater. Once I repeated, the hydrological cycle broadly divided into 6 stages. The first one, evaporation. The second one, transportation. The third one, condensation. The fourth one, precipitation. The fifth one, runoff. The sixth one, groundwater. These stages is hydrological cycle. Now, let us each one point now will discuss. First one, evaporation. What is evaporation? Every day, solar energy come to reach on the earth. So many water bodies are evaporated. What is water bodies? Rivers, canals, lakes, bays, seas, oceans, and village tanks also. These water bodies evaporate from solar energy or solar insolation. You know, the main source of heat, they evaporate all water bodies. The water into vapor is called evaporation. The water into vapor is called evaporation. The next one, transportation. The second point, the second stage of hydrological cycle, transportation. The transportation means the movement of the water to atmosphere, transport to atmosphere, and specifically ocean to the land. and form of a cloud. A form of a cloud. A cloud propelled to one place to another place, the upper air circulation process. This is the transportation. The third one, condensation. As per hydrological cycle, our third stage is condensation. Condensation means vapor into water. You know children, evaporation means the liquid stage to gaseous stage. The liquid stage transferred into gaseous stage is called evaporation. Here, the condensation means the gaseous stage transformed into liquid stage. This is called condensation. Then the process, the clouds and formation of tiny particles, tiny raindrops, tiny droplets of rain, and forming belongs to condensation process. Next one, precipitation. Precipitation means the clouds meet to the land and cooling air onto the land, and snow, fog, sleet, ice, these are the forms of precipitation. The clouds cooling after and return to the land, water, that is called precipitation. You know, evaporation means the water will evaporate. After this is the evaporate and reaches the clouds, this is called transportation. After condensation, the procedure of the tiny particles, tiny water droplets, after return to the land, that process is called precipitation. The next one, runoff. The return of the water, runoff and flowing down on the hills and flow down and reaches on the earth, and some water percolate into the groundwater. That is the runoff. The runoff water means the returns of the rainwater and flowing down on the hills and hill slopes and reaches different water bodies, canals, oceans, lakes and tanks. These are runoff water. The last one, groundwater. The groundwater, the rechargeable and underground water also in these process. That's why the hydrological cycle not a simple circulation of the oceans and the water and atmosphere and the land. A number of subcycles and operate within it. Okay children, this is the hydrological cycle, popularly known as water cycle. Next, water resources. Our earth, 71% of the water bodies on the earth, only 29% is the land masses. The 71% water, all water not is suitable for our drinking water. Some water fresh water and some water salt water. Now you see our water resources. According to our water resources, 97.25% water is saline water. Saline water means salt water. The amount of salt dissolved in seawater, that is called salinity definition of the salinity. The salinity means the amount of salt water dissolved in seawater is called salinity. That is called salinity of the ocean. Now you see 97.25% water is saline water. This is not suitable for drinking and agricultural purpose, domestic purpose. Not suitable for drinking water, not suitable for agricultural purpose, not suitable for domestic purpose. Okay students, the next one, 2.75% is fresh water. 2.75% water is fresh water. You see, on the 68.7%, 68.7% water and form of ice and Antarctic shield. The Antarctic shield area, the ice forming and ice form a large types of icebergs, you know. Antarctica. What is the speciality of the Antarctica continent? That is snow covered area. The ice covered and snow covered throughout the year. That's why this 68.7% water and form of ice. The next one, 29.9% water on the mountain floor and like a snow at the place of Arctic Circle. At the Arctic Circle, mountain area snow covered and 29.9%. You see 0.26% fresh water on the earth. 0. Less than 1%, I mean 0.26% is fresh water on the earth. So useful to the all necessities of human beings. This is the water resources. Once I repeated, the water resources 97.25% is saline water, 2.75% water is a fresh water, 68.7% is a form of ice and Antarctic Circle, and 29.9% water in form of snow and sleet and fog, where this is an Arctic Circle. The last one, 0.26% water, fresh water on the earth. Now, oceans. What is oceans? A large water bodies are called oceans. A large water bodies are called oceans. According to our geologists, the large water bodies divided into 5 oceans. The 5 oceans are Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, and Indian Ocean, and the Antarctic Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. Once repeated again, the oceans, the Pacific Ocean, and the Atlantic Ocean, and the Indian Ocean, and the Antarctic Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. You know children, what is the difference between ocean and sea? The sea after a term is and interchangeably a ocean. Strictly speaking, Sea is a salt water body and enclosed by fully or partly by the land. Strictly speaking, the sea is a water body fully or partly enclosed by land, that is called sea. Okay students, this is the 5 oceans in our earth. Now you see. Now we located of the divisions. This is the outline world map. This is Pacific Ocean. This is Arctic Ocean. This is Atlantic Ocean. This is Indian Ocean. This is Antarctic Ocean. How many oceans is there? 5 oceans. How many oceans? 5 oceans. This is the Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean and Antarctic Ocean. You see children, here Pacific Ocean, here Pacific Ocean. There is no 2 Pacific Oceans. Our earth is a spherical shape, ball shape. Spherical means an object was completely round. That is called sphere. So our earth is a spherical shape. This is our earth cut into the 2 half parts. This is the flat surface. So this side and that side the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean, you see children, the Pacific Ocean separates from Asia and Oceania from the Americas. The Pacific Ocean separates Asia and Oceania from Americas. Oceania means New Zealand, Papua and New Guinea. These areas are called Oceania. You see, this is Pacific Ocean as New Zealand and Guinea, New Guinea and Asian parts and separate from Americas. This is the Pacific Ocean. Next, the Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean separates North America, South America, Asia and Africa. Atlantic Ocean separated from North America, South America, Europe and Africa. Next, the Indian Ocean separates. This is the Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean separates Africa and Australia. The Indian Ocean separates Africa and Australia. Sometimes this is the Antarctic Ocean. The Antarctic Ocean sometimes join Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean. These are combined to 3 oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean. Now, the Arctic Ocean separated from Eurasia and North America areas. Once upon a time, the 5 oceans are combined together, the single super ocean. According to our continental drift theory, who proposed continental drift theory? The German meteorologist and German physicist and geographer Alfred Wegener. What's the geologist's name? Alfred Wegener, and introduced in continental drift theory. According to continental drift theory and There is a single super ocean. The single super ocean is called Panthalassa. The single super ocean is called Panthalassa. Okay, students, are you understood? Once I repeated these points. Hydrosphere means the water layer of the earth is called hydrosphere. Hydrological cycle is 6 stages: evaporation, transportation, condensation, precipitation, runoff and groundwater. Evaporation means water into vapor. The liquid stage transformed into gaseous stage, that is called evaporation. The transportation means the water transport, the evaporation transported to atmosphere and form of the cloud formation, that is called transportation. Next, the condensation means vapor into water is called condensation. Next, the precipitation. The precipitation means then when the clouds meet to the air and cooling air and come returns to the water on the land and different water bodies, that is called precipitation. Runoff means returning water come to down and fall off the mountains and to flow and join the so many water bodies. Last one, the groundwater. Next, water sources. The total entire 100%, then the 97.25% water is saline water. Saline water is not as suitable for our drinking water, not as suitable for agricultural purpose, not as suitable for our domestic purpose. 2.75% water is the fresh water. Then the 68.7% water in form of ice and 29.9% water on the mountain areas and form of snow and 0.26% of water and fresh water onto the earth. Oceans. Oceans mean a large water bodies, a large saline water bodies are called oceans. There are 5 oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean and Antarctic Ocean and Arctic Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is separated from America to Asia and Oceania. Oceania means New Zealand, Papua New Guinea areas is called Oceania. Next, the Atlantic Ocean separated from North America, South America and Europe and Africa. Indian Ocean separated from Africa and Australia. And Antarctic Ocean and come to join and 3 oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean. And the Arctic Ocean and the joining from Eurasia and North America. Okay, students. Now, our next subchapter, what is salinity of the ocean? Now, we will discuss about next session. Okay, students. This is estimate for based on session 1, hydrosphere. Here given 3 questions. Write about hydrological cycle and explain. Write about hydrological cycle and explain. The second question is write about water resources on the earth. The third one, how many oceans are there? What are they? Once I repeated the questions, write about hydrological cycle and explain. The second question is write about water resources on the earth. The third one, How many oceans are there? What are they? Okay, students, we will meet next session. Thank you.